permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
I love Halo. If I'm being completely honest, Halo 3 is probably my favorite game of all time. I've finished that campaign more times than I can count, and I've spent even longer playing split-screen Slayer matches with my friends and family. Hell, once I sat down with one of my mates and finished the Halo 3 campaign in one sitting in split screen, and it is to this day still one of my fondest memories. I also love Holden. Rest in peace, my sweet prince. My first car was an 07 Holden Rodeo, and I loved that thing. Diesel engine, 4-wheel drive, dual cab, manual transmission, oh my god. It was a P-Plater's wet dream. I also have a soft spot for the good old Holden Commodore, but good luck finding one of those things that hasn't already been wrapped around a tree after its owner dusted off a whole carton of VB.
What happened, mate?
Pardon?
What's going on?
I'm just waiting for a mate.
Is that why your car's all smashed up and you're up on the grass at the moment, or what?
Yeah.
Now, if only I could find a vessel that could adequately display my love for both Halo and Holden. Holy fuck. So one day I was just having a quick scroll through Instagram when I just so happened to stumble across a photo of this beauty, and safe to say it was love at first sight. A Holden Commodore Ute used to advertise Halo 2 across Australia. Man, I guess humanity really peaked in 2004, huh? Of course, after stumbling across this image, I had to learn where this thing came from. After a quick Google search, I discovered that this image had been brought to light by my fellow Aussie YouTuber, Dankpods. Not that we're even comparable, but you know, that's a true statement. I mean, it makes perfect sense. He reposted this image on Reddit, which is clearly how the post I saw on Instagram came to be aware of it. So, thanks to Dankpods, I naturally went tumbling down an online rabbit hole in an attempt to find out where the Halo 2 Holden Commodore came from, and where it ended up. And what I discovered will shock you. This is the story behind the mysterious Halo 2 Holden Commodore. Our story begins with the formation of Bungie Software Products Corporation in 1991. So now it's 2004, and Halo 2 is right around the corner. It's a cultural phenomenon, and it has become one of the most anticipated games of all time. It gets this huge marketing push, posters, commercials, billboards, Mountain Dew. It's a big game, so naturally it's getting a big advertisement campaign. The game finally launches around the world on November 9th, 2004, and there are events held all over the world for it. An Australian launch event is held in Sydney at Pitt Street Mall. There's a massive store set up so that people can walk in and buy the game. They've got Xboxes and all the related accessories for sale, just in case they didn't already have that stuff. There's huge displays with posters. There's a guy dressed up as Master Chief. There's cheerleaders. Lord have mercy. Wait, no, damn it, I can explain. There's demo stations for the game setup, and there's Halo 2 Holden Commodore. There's just a Holden Commodore hatchback with a custom Halo 2 wrap with some TVs that I assume have Xboxes playing Halo 2 hooked up to them, shoved in the boot. Who came up with this? Because I love them. What was the process behind this creation? Was there a deal with Holden, or did they just so happen to use that car? What was the purpose of setting up a demo station in the back of a ute? Maybe it was for easy transportation? I don't know if this car toured Australia or not. There's photos of it in different locations, but they might all be from that same Sydney launch event. I want to find out more about this car, but beyond the very few photos of it floating around online, every lead I tried to follow led me to a dead end. The only historical recordings that I can find regarding this magical machine are just collected from random photo sources online. I'm pretty sure that every photo of this car came from 2 Flickr libraries that I found online. One of them is a collection of photos from the Sydney launch of Halo 2, and the other one is a collection of photos in remembrance of a man named Mick Stanek, RIP. That is mostly just random bits and pieces that happen to also include photos from the same Sydney launch event. These photos are a treasure trove from a time in gaming that has been long forgotten, when the only option for buying a game was by going into a brick and mortar store, a time when midnight releases were still a thing and meant something. Halo 2's launch was huge. There had never been anything like it before, and I don't believe there has ever been anything like it since. I could honestly make a whole video just talking about this Sydney launch event, but let's not get sidetracked. What about the Halo 2 Holden? Well, Well, like I said, beyond the limited amount of photos that are available online, there is basically no information about the car. Like seriously, I cannot find anyone talking about this thing, at least not in a capacity that reveals any information about the ute or what has since happened to it. There is no engagement on the Dank Pods Reddit post that reveals anything. I did find an old 4chan thread that mentioned the ute, but I'm greeted with an error message every time I try to access it. I did try to track it down on 4chan, but I saw some stuff that I really didn't want to on that website and I got scared and I left. I thought that all hope of discovering any new information about the Halo 2 Holden was lost and that it was going to remain shrouded in mystery for all eternity. But the comments that were left on a short meme I made about the ute on TikTok revealed some new information. According to this fella, the Halo 2 Holden had fallen into the possession of some guy here in Australia and he had resprayed it white. Apparently there was a post about this on Facebook, but I could not for the life of me find it. Now, of course, the word of one random guy in TikTok comments cannot be taken completely seriously, but his story seems to be backed up by this comment I found on a Reddit post that mentions the Halo 2 Holden. Here, this guy says that the ute got painted white for the next console that came out. Now, what console that could possibly be, I have no idea. Regardless, it appears that while this ute may still be out there, it sadly ceased to be the Halo 2 Holden Commodore a long time ago. I would like to propose a moment of silence in reverence of the destruction of this fine work of art. I would love to see this Facebook post that apparently confirms that this ute got painted white, because there are two conflicting stories here. Did the car continue to be used by Xbox for promotion and that's why it was painted white, or did some random bogan buy it and paint it white as part of his own little automotive project? I need to know who is responsible for destroying this holy grail. So in summary, here is what we know about the Halo 2 Holden Commodore. It was used as part of the Australian promotion of Halo 2 and made an appearance at the Sydney launch event. There's a good chance that it moved around the country for a while to promote the game at other events, but we don't know for sure. In the years that have passed since the release of Halo 2, it has since been resprayed white, either by the car's new private owner or by Xbox in order to use it for further promotion. Regardless, all signs point towards this car now being a white custom Holden Commodore that is sitting in a garage somewhere in Australia. The mysterious Halo 2 Holden now remains as such. But it doesn't have to. I'm calling on the entire internet here. We need to find out what happened to this thing. Does anyone have any information confirming that the car was in fact resprayed? Have any of you come into contact with a car that looks like this? Did you see it at the launch event? Were you there? If you know anything about this car, then I want to know. If we all work together, we can find out what happened to this ute. Do your thing, internet. I'm fascinated with this extremely obscure and niche antique from a long gone era. It's Halo, it's Holden, and it's Australian. It speaks to me in a way that I doubt some of you could ever understand.
Democracy manifest.
It's a shame that it sounds like this work of art has since been wiped from the face of the earth, but god damn it, if this thing is still out there with the entertainment set up in the back, painted white or not, I want to see it. It'll be like visiting the Halo 2 Holden Commodore's grave. I only want to pay my respects. And with that, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Will we ever know what actually happened to the Halo 2 Holden Commodore? Maybe not, but don't be sad that it's gone, just be glad that it existed. Thank you for watching, guys. It means the world to me. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video. And please help me find this car.